Some pretty incredible developing news coming out today. Let's take a look at the latest headlines coming out in the last 24 hours. You can see here, Trump directs the Pentagon to prepare for military restructuring against China and Russia. Now, this coming out yesterday, September the 3rd, being updated today, September the 4th. I'm going to dive into all the details for you as take a look at more headlines. Trump has directed the Pentagon to prepare for military restructuring as Russia and China get closer together. Trump orders Pentagon to prepare for deterring Russia and China. Now, this comes as yesterday. I'm going to be sharing with you the video footage and the articles. China unveiled new laser weapons, nuclear ballistic missiles, and held a parade showing off their new capabilities and their unity with Russia and North Korea. China, North Korea, Russia, the leaders all coming together. And Donald Trump is now saying he is preparing our U.S. military to detour those various forces, as he is saying they are conspiring against us and essentially preparing for a world war. Take a look at this coming out yesterday on Truth Social from Donald Trump. The big question to be answered is whether or not President Xi of China will mention the massive amount of support and blood that the United States of America gave to China in order to help to secure its freedom from a very unfriendly foreign invader. Many Americans died in China's quest for victory and glory. I hope that they are rightfully honored and remembered for their bravery and sacrifice. May President Xi and the wonderful people of China have a great and lasting day of celebration. That was yesterday. But look at this. Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America. President Donald J. Trump. Wow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you agree with Donald Trump that yesterday's meeting was not just them coming together and celebrating, but also conspiring against the United States unification as China unveiled new nuclear weapons, missiles, new capabilities that they're saying could reach anywhere in the world, and articles specifically saying that what they unveiled yesterday has the ability to hit the United States of America. If you agree with Donald Trump, drop a 47 in the comments that this is a good precautionary measure to make to direct the Pentagon to get the U.S. military to prepare to detour potential forces of Russia and China against the United States. Now, if you disagree, put no in the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, I'm going to dive into the articles. I've got a lot of video footage that's been coming out on this. You're going to be able to see the celebration that they had in China. Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un joining Xi Jinping in China for the celebration. And also, as I mentioned, you're going to be seeing the footage of Donald Trump's response. I'm going to play for you the video footage, the articles. I'm also going to put it on the screen, read right from it. All my sources are hyperlinked in the description. You can see they came out yesterday, September the 3rd, have been updated today, September the 4th. Try to hold myself to the highest level of accountability here on the channel to my community. And if you appreciate that, do me a favor. Before we dive in, take a quick second, hit that thumbs up like button. Totally free. Helps out the channel a ton. While I'm live, it just spreads this out further so more people can get the updated information. I see we got about 2,100 people with me live. Can we get the likes up to 1,000? That's half the room. If so, it helps out a ton. If you haven't done so yet, you appreciate the updates, please take a second, hit that thumbs up. And also, to stay up to date, also totally free, hit that subscribe button. I'll keep you up to speed on everything, doing pretty much daily updates, some twice a day now. In fact, stay tuned today, September the 4th. I'm likely going to do an update later tonight as we're hearing more mega quakes are hitting in Afghanistan again today. I'm going to give you more updates. Just the world is trembling left and right with all the earthquakes taking place. But let's go ahead and dive right in. Get you caught up on the latest as we're hearing that there is potentially a unification of Russia, China, North Korea coming together in a celebration of their unity and their weaponry. And Donald Trump is saying this is conspiring against the United States of America. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's start off with some video footage so you can see it for yourself. And then we're going to be taking a look at the articles to give us some more details as well. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
In Beijing, Xi had some friends over for dinner. Putin and Little Rocket Man got the red carpet treatment. Modi from India was there. He hadn't been to China in 7 years, but wasn't ready to march in the parade. Xi, Vlad, and Kim wanted a little alone time. They got caught on a hot mic, and it was a little weird.
In the past, people rarely lived longer than 70 years. But today, they say that at 70, you are still a child.
Human organs can be continuously transplanted. The longer you live, the younger you become, and can even achieve immortality.
Just two dictators fantasizing about immortality. If you ever wondered what they talked about when they didn't think people were listening, that's it. Trump wasn't there, but he sent Xi a message. Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America. The Chinese leader also showed off his toys. He took Vlad and Kim to the military parade, gave them a look-see at his nuclear triad. And they even laid eyes on his robot wolves and underwater drones. CNN was downright giddy.
We're watching live pictures tonight, right now, a massive parade underway in Beijing as the Chinese President Xi Jinping is showing off his country's arsenal and military might to the world.
This is a message of strength. This is a message of victory. After all, they are commemorating the 80th anniversary of the surrender of Japan. This is a demonstration to China and the world that China is strong, it can protect itself.
Oh, CNN lavished more praise on China's military parade than Trump's. Remember?
We don't need a military parade. We don't need to spend millions or maybe hundreds of millions of dollars to do that. But we want to do it because he has to feed his inner image monster.
CNN won't celebrate our military, but they're celebrating China's victory over Japan. It wasn't China that made the Japanese surrender in World War II. It was us. Japan colonized large swaths of China, Manchuria, Inner Mongolia, Taiwan, Hong Kong. Mao won a few small battles, but it was the U.S. military that decimated the Japanese empire in the Pacific theater and forced their surrender with atomic bombs, too. We basically liberated their country. Have the Chinese said thank you?
I thought it was a beautiful ceremony. I thought it was very, very impressive. But I understood the reason they were doing it, and they were hoping I was watching, and I was watching. President Xi is a friend of mine, but I thought that the United States should have been mentioned last night during that speech because we helped China.
Thank yous go a long way, especially if you want to do business, and especially if you want to do business with Trump. Trump's not too happy with India either. Modi shouldn't be cozying up with the Chinese. India is a democracy, an ally, and a key player to counter China. But they've been buying sanctioned oil from Russia on the black market. India doesn't have oil, and Russia's their neighbor, so it makes sense to buy it from Putin. But they're feeding Russia's war machine and making it harder for Trump to make peace in Ukraine. So we hit the Indians with tariffs. But we've got to give them a new source of energy. The Mideast owes us after we bombed Iran and gave them AI. So they should sell oil to Modi to wean them off Vlad's teat. Vlad lost his customers in Europe. Now America's selling energy to the French and Germans. So Putin's putting down a big old pipeline to China. It's supposed to be finished next decade and supply 15% of China's energy. Russia and China are growing closer. Someone might have to bomb that pipeline like Nord Stream. Trump's not thrilled with Pooty Poot.
I have no message to President Putin. He knows where I stand, and he'll make a decision one way or the other. Whatever his decision is, we'll either be happy about it or unhappy. And if we're unhappy about it, you'll see things happen.
Now, the media says Trump hasn't done enough. The president said, I'm just getting started.
You've expressed many times your frustration and disappointment with Putin, but there's no action since you took your office.
How do you
don't you worry that?
How do you know there's no action?
But
really?
Don't you worry?
Wait. Who are you with?
I'm with Polish radio.
Okay. How do you know there's no action? Would you say that putting secondary sanctions on India, the largest purchaser outside of China, they're almost equal, would you say there was no action? That cost hundreds of billions of dollars to Russia. You call that no action? And I haven't done phase 2 yet or phase 3. But when you say there's no action, I think you ought to get yourself a new job.
Now, if Putin blows off and drags out the Zelensky meeting and keeps escalating the war in Ukraine, Trump doesn't have a choice but to ramp up sanctions and tariffs, and he might have to turn the Europeans loose and add more firepower. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. The China trade deal, that's the white whale. If he captures it, it puts Xi in check, and India falls back into our lap